It seems like the world just keeps getting faster and faster around me.
Yeah, it seems like it's all I can do just to keep up.
I find myself trying to get from place to place as fast as I can, but walking is just too slow.
And a Segway just seems like an expensive way to move just as fast as walking.
If only there was a way I could...
Strap wheels to your feet so you could move even faster?
I was going to say cut back on wasteful activities, but I'll go with what you said.
Are you saying that you have a solution to our problems?
Boy, am I. Boy, am I? Introducing Foot Wheels.
Foot wheels?
You heard it, Foot Wheels.
Foot wheels?
Must I repeat it again? Foot Wheels! From the company that brought you Big Chunks and Nuke Juice. Comes the ultimate way to move in the future. Just strap on the comfortable Foot Wheels shoe and you're off. Wheel from side to side, front to back, even jump. Foot Wheels' patent-pending technology is just so simple that it might work. It's just 4 wheels attached to stylish shoes. Get together with a group of friends and roll around in a circle like cool people.
Aren't these just roller skates?
No, they're Foot Wheels.
I'm pretty sure we already have these. They are called roller skates.
Yeah, just admit it. Those are roller skates.
Never! Buy Foot Wheels now, and we'll throw in our other incredible device, the roller plank.
That's a skateboard.
How about the frozen water knives?
Those are ice skates.
Quad tracks?
Rollerblades.
Gravity boots?
You just saw those in Jupiter Ascending.
Shoe force?
Nope.
Foot force?
Are you just ending everything in force?
Your face is a force.
Ugh. This guy sucks. Come on, let's go tell my parents I'm gay.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Stinker Madness. I am your host, Justin. I've got Sam and Jackie here in Stinker Studio B. How are you guys?
Well, I'm grooving along.
Grooving along.
I'm good.
You may have noticed some changes in our sound. We now are all using individual boom mics, and Jackie has channeled her inner NPR crafts show, whatever that thing was called, the Good Times.
Good times from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls. So she's very excited about our new sound system. And we have a new sound designer. His name is Sam. He is also
The same guy.
The same guy as the Sam from other times. So, yeah. So, congratulations to us. Hope you like it. Let us know how we sound. The streaming do's and don'ts for this week. You guys remember watching any movies?
Well, I remember watching one yesterday that I didn't like very much.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that one this week. We'll get to that at a later date.
And I watched one today that I didn't like very much either.
Yeah, we'll get to that one as well. First off is Jackie Chan's Armour of God. Jackie missed this one, but Sam and I watched it because we like all the Kung Fu movies.
Oh, it's every time. Jackie just does it right.
It was a good one. He almost died in the making of that one.
Yeah.
Was there Kung Fu in it?
Lots of Kung Fu.
Lots of silly stunts. He jumps from a ledge onto a tree, and the tree broke, and he fell 30 feet and bashed his head on a rock. And apparently, he still has, he's deaf in one ear because of this one particular accident. And he had a hole in his head. Like, they had to chunk out his brain, and so you can punch Jackie Chan in the head with your finger, like the one finger punch, and poke all the way through to his brain, because the only thing there is skin.
Huh.
That's gross.
Keeping his brains in.
They didn't put like a plate in there?
You think that they would have put a plate in there. But it might be a small hole. I don't know. Maybe it's not finger size. But either way, Armour of God, I loved. It's not Wheels on Meals, but it's solid shit.
Of the bunch that we've just watched with him, it's a close second to Meals on Wheels, I think.
Wheels on
or
Meals.
Wheels on Meals.
Yeah. No, I definitely recommend Armour of God, which is kind of a no-duh. It's a Jackie Chan movie. Just do them all.
Oh, and that it was the prequel to Operation Condor?
That is correct. It is Operation Condor 1, 2, or 3. There was all sorts of confusing titling.
Oh,
it
yeah.
came out before Operation Condor.
In Hong Kong, but was released here afterwards.
So it's actually Operation Condor 2 here, even though it's actually Operation Condor 1.
Yes. And I think what it was is that Rumble in the Bronx was so popular that then it was like, well, whatever he makes, we'll put out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think Operation Condor was the movie right after Rumble in the Bronx, I believe.
It seems that way.
And so now that they, just to capitalize on the popularity, they had to release it, but they couldn't release it as the prequel because until George Lucas made some, I guess nobody really knew what it was.
Yeah. I don't know.
Contributing.
Nice. We'll let you contribute to this one. So that's a do from Sam and I. On Armour of God. Knives of the Avenger with Cameron Mitchell, a Sticker Madness Hall of Famer.
Yes, I liked it. I do.
I completely enjoyed it. You remember that one, Jackie?
No.
Cameron Mitchell is the hairy guy that okay, so there's some heavy shit in this movie that is presented very silly.
Mm-hmm.
He kills everybody out of vengeance and rapes a lady, the queen.
I guess, if she's something.
And the idea is that he has to deal with this inner conflict. They then team up again, but she doesn't know he's the rapey guy because he was wearing a helmet. Now, do you remember this?
Oh.
And he throws knives at guys.
Yeah, this was a good movie, too.
And he jumped on the horse, and it was the funniest thing I've seen in like 2 years.
Based off the plot premise, what we just said, it seems like you shouldn't watch this movie. Like, this sounds like a terrible movie. Like, I'm not comfortable with all these topics that are in this film. It is so ridiculously goddamn silly.
It was really silly, and it was really fun.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
And he's a good knife thrower, even if he's drunk.
Even about 3/4 of the way through, he runs and jumps on a horse. Like, just jumps right on it. No hands, nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't do the spring
so
off its ass trick that's usually done in films. He just bunny hops onto the horse.
It's so silly.
Well, they had better trampolines back then.
Yeah. I think they dropped him from something.
I think they dropped him from something. He was
They're
up
like,
there.
stand on my shoulders and jump.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get up that high on a trampoline.
And if you did do that, your nuts would be you just crushed them. They don't work anymore.
Yeah. Well, I like Knives of Avenger. I give it a total do. Cameron Mitchell has yet to disappoint us.
That is true. Cameron Mitchell knows how to get it done.
He keeps cranking them out. Well, he doesn't because he's dead.
But he cranked him out pretty good when he wasn't dead.
And nobody knows who the hell he is other than us.
Which we didn't know who the hell he was until like 3 months ago, and now he's in every movie we watch.
Pretty much. Last but not least for this week. So that's 3 do's on Knives of the Avengers from us, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Dracula 3000.
Don't.
With
Just don't.
Casper Van Dien, Erica Eleniak, Tiny Zeus Lister, Udo Kier, Coolio.
Just say no, people.
Coolio was awful.
It is essentially, it's kind of like Jason X, but Dracula, and suck.
Well, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say do, because it's so fucking bad.
It is a really terrible film.
It is really fucking bad. And the vampire guy sucks.
He's the worst vampire that's ever been on film. He blah, blah, blahs, blah, 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 the whole movie. And he just runs through the halls of this ship. Where is he going?
I don't know. When he loses his arm, too, he just stands there and he just screaming by himself outside this door.
Did Dracula kill anybody? He bit Coolio.
No, he didn't kill anybody. Coolio killed some people.
He sucked.
He sucked pretty bad.
Also, Van Helsing sucked.
Well, the whole idea sucked because it was like, what happened to them, the only way that they could survive is to let him make them vampires.
Mm-hmm.
So instead they just fly into the sun.
Which
is so stupid.
They don't fly into the sun. They set a path to a sun so that all the vampires will burn up on their ship because they're close to the sun, and vampires don't like sun.
But they fuck it up and
but
they run
fuck
into
it
the
up
star.
Because they kill the only guy that can fly the ship. So that it's just like, well, we're gonna die going into the sun. Kaboom.
But that's okay because she's a pleasure bot.
Yeah, Erica Eleniak plays a pleasure bot cop. Repurposed pleasure bot.
To whatever.
To
yeah,
be a
that movie
space
was
cop.
so stupid.
It was impossibly stupid. I think it could have been amazing if it hadn't been for one Coolio. Because it's so dumb. But funny dumb other than Coolio. Because Coolio just sucked. like not vampire sucked, sucked.
No,
sucked.
he just sucked.
I am
straight up.
I'm out on Coolio now.
I wasn't in before that, but now I definitely know that I'm out.
I would still, like, if I saw a movie like Dracula 3000 that was like, this looks fucking terrible, I'm gonna do this, even though it's got Coolio in it. Now, I don't care what the setup is, the idea of the film, how awesome it is, no matter what. If Coolio's in it, I'm not watching it.
Exactly.
That's how I feel about Snoop Dogg.
What?
Yeah, dude, if he's in a movie, I'm like, boycott.
How many Snoop Dogg movies have you seen?
I saw that Bones one where he has sex with his daughter.
Yeah, that
He's
movie
like the
sucks pretty
spooky
bad.
ghost guy who has sex with his daughter. And what was the aeroplane? That one was
Soul
stupid.
Plane is... oh, God, that's a painful experience.
But he was awesome in, what was it, Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah, he's not bad in Dukes of Hazzard.
What was he called? He was like, he had a fun name, too. Huggy Bear?
Yeah,
Huggy Bear.
I don't remember that.
Or no, that was Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, yeah, you're right, right.
Yeah, Huggy Bear and Starsky and Hutch was good.
See, and I thought he was stupid.
Okay.
Stupid.
I don't think he's Coolio levels of stupid.
No.
Coolio sucks.
Coolio kind of has his own level of suck.
I used to like
I'm just
Coolio.
saying, I would push them both in front of a moving train.
That is...
That's not nice.
No, that is not nice.
I'm just not going to watch any movie that Coolio's
Yeah,
in.
I don't wish them ill will.
I'm not going to murder a guy.
Well, I hope they trip on the sidewalk and somebody takes a picture and it's in the tabloids.
That's not
I
so
would
bad.
go for that.
That's
I would
not
go
so
for that.
bad.
Yeah, tripping is fun. Everybody should trip and eat shit and get their picture taken and put in the tabloids once or twice.
Or
you
if
know?
he's just standing in a parking lot and somebody opens the door right into his groin.
Oh, that's a good one too. Or he has to become a bicycle messenger because
The court order him, yeah.
they court ordered him to become a bicycle messenger, and somebody opens the door of a moving car or a car while he's riding by, and he does the header over the handlebars. That's a classic move I'd go for.
Yeah, well, you can break a collarbone doing that, so.
I'd still laugh.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's your stinker do's and don'ts. I got 2 do's on Dracula 3000 and 1 do not. I think it's borderline do not because Coolio sucks so bad.
He sucks so bad. Just the way, how bad that movie is the only reason I'm giving it a do. It's like a 51% do because if you really like bad movies, you need to see it to measure other bad movies against it.
I think, let me put it this way. If you like vampires,
if you like stuff, you're not going to like it.
You're not going to like this
If you
one.
like fill in the blank, you won't like this because they don't do any of it right.
If you like like if you're ready to see the shittiest movie monsters of all time, you have to put Dracula 3000 on your list because he is easily the shittiest vampire that I've ever seen.
And he's kind of fat. And I'm like, Dracula's not kind of fat, dude. It's not like he just went out for Burger King and ate a whole bunch of like French fries and shit. And then he's like, I'm a fat Dracula. Blah, blah. Look at my double chins move. Blah.
I swear to God, he looks like Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys. And he acts like Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys. Little crazy, sure. But generally just wants to have a good time. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, I don't know. He looked like a dandy. That's all I can say.
Yeah, he was very dandy. So this week, I'm bringing it back.
Pop quiz, hotshot. There's a bomb on a bus.
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna keep this one fairly short. We've got a couple pieces here, and it's themed around one set of people. They're all the same type of people, and you have to sort through the mess that is production people.
I'm already confused.
Not producers, but production people specifically.
Okay.
So I'm going to assign the questions. Jackie, what is a production assistant?
That's the person that goes and gets coffee.
That is correct.
They do a lot of stuff, but yeah, coffee is one of the major tasks.
And they scream at the craft services if they're not there on time.
Person responsible for various odd jobs.
Yeah, they can't actually yell at anybody.
Which could include such disparate tasks as running errands, stopping traffic, acting as couriers, fetching items from craft services, etc. There you go.
Booyah, Sam.
Yeah.
Take that.
Sam, what's a production coordinator?
The production coordinator is the person who is the manager of assets for the production under the line producer.
I need more detail than that.
So they're going to do all of the scheduling.
Okay.
Having
That sounds like a bunch of bullshit that you made
things
up.
and people in the right places for the film to be made, as far as I know.
Jackie, would you like to take a stab at it? You are not awarded any points, Sam.
the coordinator makes sure that all the props and other such business is ready to go. And all the scripts have been distributed.
Such business is not going to work. I need
details. All the scripts are there. Everybody's got a trailer assigned. Everybody knows what props are theirs, what costumes to wear for that day, that type of stuff.
I'm afraid that neither of you win any points. The production coordinator is the person responsible for overseeing practical matters, such as ordering equipment, getting near-location accommodations for the cast and crew. You were so close with the line producer thing, but no, they're not in charge of any actual scheduling. No,
That's bullshit. I said that they make sure that everybody has their proper props.
You said they get No, that's not. Props are not part of equipment. Equipment is like the cameras and the things that are not on the screen that are involved in the making of the film.
Well, booyah, no points for Sam.
No points for either. Jackie, what's a production manager?
That's the guy that gets to yell at craft services when they are not on time.
You just like to say craft services.
I do.
Everybody gets to yell at craft services in the movie.
Yeah, so they're the people that get to yell at craft services if they're not on time. And they pass out scripts. Like to the script girl.
Do they also get the props?
Passer outers, yeah.
They're like, hey, script girl, here you go. Here's what we're doing today. Script bitch, get over there and hand these out.
The continuity girl? Or the script...
supervisor? No.
Yeah.
They are not the script supervisor or the line producer.
But they still yell at people if craft services aren't, on time, right? Is that
everybody gets to yell at craft services? You hire craft services. If they're not on there, anybody can yell at them.
Yeah, but you just said that the other guy couldn't.
No, he doesn't. No, everybody can. It's not that.
Yeah, but this guy, that's his job.
They have an actual job.
Listen, you little buttholes. There was no goat cheese on his craft services.
That is not what a production manager is.
So is the production manager the guy that does the scheduling?
No.
Okay.
Yes, maybe.
I thought it's either the production coordinator or the production manager. One of them actually comes up with the schedule, I thought.
The production manager reports to the film's producer, supervises the budget, hires the crew, approves purchase orders and time cards, and generally makes sure that all the departments are doing their respective jobs within the parameter of the budget.
Yeah, he's the film's manager.
Basically.
Craft services.
He can also yell at craft services, which anybody can.
So I should get like a fourth of a point.
I don't think so. No. Yeah, I award you no points. I kind of give Sam half a point.
Because he's actually above the line producers. He makes sure everything goes where it needs to go, and
You're
there's
only
a calendar.
Saying that now.
Yeah.
Well, he's the guy that looks at the calendar, basically, that has all the things written on the calendar and makes sure those things happen. Yeah.
Okay.
January Man. Have you ever seen January Man?
No, but
it fucking sucks.
I've seen the video to November Rain, and it's boss. What's the production designer, Jackie?
That's the guy who is making all the sweet sets that, like in The Lion King, when the lion stands up on Pride Rock and growls at people. He makes that.
I don't know if you caught Lion King or not. Like, did you see Lion King? Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
It's a cartoon.
But that
there is no
that...
sets.
He made the sets to the Lion King.
You mean he's the drawer?
No. I was just using that as an example.
It's an odd one to use. The Lion King, and it's known for its sets. No, it's not.
No.
I'm gonna be your mighty king. Enemies beware. Okay, so what am I answering again?
A production designer.
That's the guy that designs how the production's going to go. Like, today we're going to do this, and tomorrow we're going to do that, because we're going to shoot for continuity of scenes.
Nope, that is incorrect. Sam, would you like to take a stab at the production designer?
I thought the production designer was actually the person that sort of mock-ups how the film's going to be made. They're not the art director is the person that makes the sets, but the production designer isn't just like, this is the look that we're going to go for. This is actually how we're going to do things.
You are awarded 1 point.
That's bullcrap. That's what I said.
That is not what you said. You said in charge of the sets.
Yeah, the art director makes the sets is what I said.
I said that he would do all the time scheduling for production continuity.
Yeah,
and that's a big word, so I should at least get a half point.
Okay,
For
you.
time continuity?
Time continuity. No, the production designer is an artist who is responsible for designing the overall visual appearance of a movie. So, close enough. Last but not least, what is the production illustrator?
Bing!
Okay.
Yes, me first, Sam.
Okay,
Okay,
I know what
so
it
the
is.
illustrator makes all the little boards to show you how the movie's going to go. So he draws out, like, and in this scene, this is what's going to happen. And then this CGI dragon will come out and stand on Pride Rock, and he'll row really loud and blow some fire.
Draws the storyboards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A dragon on Pride Rock. When did that happen in Lion King?
This is the Lion King meets How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, okay. I can see.
How to Train Your Lion King.
I agree. I have greenlit that idea. Jackie is awarded 1 full point. She was absolutely correct. It is the artist responsible for drawing the storyboards and anything else that needs to be drawn during the production of the movie.
I believe that makes me the winner.
I didn't keep track of that.
Well,
Because
whatever.
I had like 2 points.
That's fine.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
I
I,
don't
think you
care.
awarded yourself some points just because.
Because you like points.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's your pop quiz hot shot. The movie this week is a big one. Pretty excited about this.
I would like to introduce this.
Go
please.
ahead, Jackie.
Xanadu.
Do, 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 do.
Xanadu.
Now we are
Xanadu.
Yes, it's Xanadu. Sam, tell us about Xanadu.
Xanadu was made in 1980. I should start by saying X is a stupid letter.
X?
All of the sounds that are accomplished by X are equally accomplished by other letters.
I am totally with you on that. I
Why
thought
do
that
we even
before.
have it?
X is a dumb letter.
It's good for marking the spot. It's not good for the language of English.
You can mark the spot with a cross.
You could.
Doesn't have to
or
be
a
an X.
circle, but I mean, the X works better for that as it does as a letter. Anyway, Xanadu starts with an X, in case you're wondering why. In 1980, Xanadu was made, and in 1980, plenty of bad shit happened. Near as I can tell from limited research, 1980 was the year of bad shit happening. On our last podcast, we watched The Delta Force with touches on some of the bad shit that happened in 1980. Right now, when they're making this movie, the hostages were still in Iran.
Yes.
When you look up worst aviation disaster in the history of British aviation, that happened in 1980. 146 people died on that plane crash.
That's not good.
That's not good. Mount St. Helens blew up in 1980. Pretty bad deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
All sorts of bad shit happens in 1980.
Volcanoes are some of the worst things that can happen.
They are. Especially if you've seen Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones. That movie was one of the worst things that could happen. So here's a short list of good shit that happened in 1980. And this is pretty much all the good shit that happened in 1980. Empire Strikes Back. Pac-Man hit Japan. The Islanders won the Stanley Cup. In June of 1980, the first 24-hour news network was launched. The Cable News Network.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, CNN. I am not yet adding Xanadu to the list. We'll wait until afterwards to find out. Oh, in 1980, Pope John Paul visited Brazil. But you know what happened then?
He got shot.
7 people were crushed to death in the crowd.
Oh, my
7
God.
people
By the
died
Pope-mobile?
trying to see the Pope.
Did he run them over?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
It was just the craze, the chaos of, oh my gosh, it's the Pope. Let's trample each other to death.
I don't think the Pope-mobile can kill anybody.
It could.
I don't know, dude. It's got to weigh only 50 pounds.
I don't know. But, John Bonham died and Zepp broke up in 1980.
That sucks pretty bad.
They shot John Lennon in 1980.
That is one of the worst things ever.
Not a very good year.
I know. Thank God I don't remember it. Jackie, you keep looking like you want to say something about 1980.
Nope.
No.
What a weirdo. So, yeah, all of you out
I just
there.
want to hear myself talk through the headphones.
Okay. All of you out there in podcast land should hit the 1980 Wikipedia page when you're looking to get bummed out, because there's lots of major bummers on that year. In the middle of all of that, 1980 also gave us shit on wheels, and they called it Xanadu. But they spelled it with a fucking X. It isn't their fault. It really is Samuel Taylor Coleridge, who basically changed the name of Shangdu or Zhangdu to Xanadu.
What was Shangdu?
It's well, in the poem is Kublai Khan originally.
I know it's Shangdu.
Zhangdu.
Shangdu jumps off of buildings onto trees, and then the branch breaks, and then he falls 30 feet onto the ground and splits his head open.
No,
that's what Shangdu. Oh, that's Chandu.
Shandu. Well, whatever it's called, it was the capital of the Mongol Empire under Kublai Khan. But Samuel Taylor Coleridge...
That doesn't sound like a nice place.
Well, it was supposed to be very extravagant.
It's not like Shangri-La. It should have been Shangri-La.
Well, either way, Samuel Taylor Coleridge poem, Kublai Khan, or A Vision in a Dream, a fragment, which if you take second semester British literature in college, you'll have to spend 2 sessions on it, and 15 years later, you'll still have no fucking idea why you had to read that poem for 2 fucking days.
Are you saying this from personal experience?
Yes.
That sucks.
Yes. It's like a page long, too. And what? I don't care. Xanadu. Neat. So they made a fucking movie about it now.
With roller skates
and
singing.
Because this poem is really fucking popular by a lot of people.
I don't think that Xanadu has anything to do with that poem.
Yes, it is. That's where it came from.
The name, but not the movie.
No, it does.
The movie has nothing to do with anything
the
you just
movie
said.
has to do with Xanadu, the idea of the great place, because the poem Xanadu, that's what it does, is it paints you this picture of Kublai Khan's like castle house magic place. And so that's what Xanadu really is. Xanadu only exists in that poem.
It's
pretty
just a
much.
place you can go.
No,
have
it's
a
a
good
place
time.
that you can't go or have a good. It's imaginary. It's like the El Dorado or whatever. Doesn't really
Shangri-La.
exist. Shangri-La.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, Hearst Castle was called Xanadu for the purposes of Citizen Kane.
That is correct.
Bill Gates' house is called Xanadu 2.0.
What a dick.
So, like, is Bill Gates' house Xanadu 2.0 because he loves the movie, or because
It's all the poem.
It's William Randolph Hearst
No.
house?
No, it's not. It's all based on the poem, the Kublai Khan poem. And the Xanadu, you're referencing that. Everything is a reference to that. This movie is a reference to that.
I've been to Xanadu.
Club Xanadu?
No, Xanadu. William Randolph Hearst Castle.
Yeah, I have too. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, me too.
It is very Xanadu-esque.
Yes.
There's no roller skates, though.
No. So Robert Greenwald is an American television, feature, film, and documentary filmmaker and political activist. Greenwald is the founder and president of Brave New Films. He has produced and or directed more than 65 TV movies, miniseries, films, as well as major theatrical releases. You know what's less than impressive than that? His sort of short list of best of and well-known stuff? Xanadu is the top of that.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
This is not the one you want to be known for.
Nope.
I think that this movie is going to be bright and shining, and it's going to encourage people in the 80s to really get out there and live your dreams.
Maybe.
To give it a real go.
It was produced by
a place.
Former Disney CEO Joel Silver.
Yeah, okay.
Joel Silver got fired originally, and then somebody else bought the project, and they rehired him as part of its budget growing from $4 to $20 million, which we'll get to in a second.
Oh, God.
The music, which is, of course, a very important part of the film, was done by Barry Dvorak. He penned 2 #1 singles, Just Married and Dreamin'. He also co-wrote the Eagles song In the City with Joe Walsh. I like him because he scored the Warriors, and the Warriors score is actually one of the best parts of that movie.
Indeed.
ELO
where's
contributes
ELO
to the soundtrack to the tune of 7 songs. The songs were, in fact, written for the movie, as you were asking the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to the point that there's an animation done by Don Bluth, who, of course, is sort of the one-man competition to Disney forever.
Right.
Secret of NIMH, All Dogs Go to Heaven.
American Tail.
American Tail, all of that was Don Bluth. They had Don Bluth come in and do an animation for the movie because they forgot to put one of the songs in, and it's just to add the song back into the movie because ELO did it and they had to do it.
Wait till you see that happen.
Oh boy.
I love yellow, so I'm good with it.
Yeah. Oh no. The soundtrack to Xanadu. If you're a not sensitive male, or if you are a sensitive male and you can listen to ELO and not feel gay, which I am one of those sensitive males. Is great. It's a great soundtrack.
Yeah, it is. But that's where we were curious as to how it came to. They use canned songs. No, ELO did songs for the movie, and they had to use them all. Part of the deal.
Yeah.
And then they forgot to do that, I guess, and so that's where the Don Bluth animation comes from. They forgot one of the things.
That totally makes sense, because wow. When you see it, you're like,
what?
Where did this come from? What the shit is this?
Speaking of the Warriors, Swan, Michael Beck, is also in this film. We will see him again in 2 weeks when we watch Megaforce.
Hooray, Megaforce.
Megaforce.
Michael Beck, you suck.
Michael Beck is... He did a lot of theater, I guess. I don't know that Michael Beck sucks. I just don't know.
I really like him in The Warriors. I do not like him in this film.
I don't really know what to do with him in Megaforce.
Yeah. Nobody knows what to do with anybody in Megaforce,
yeah, exactly.
Including Megaforce.
Yes. So Olivia Newton-John has probably fallen on more than a few boners in her day.
Yep.
That's my assumption, anyway. She's also had 5 #1 hits.
I'm sure some boners were created because of... A lot of people had crushes on Olivia Newton-John.
You know what?
She was hot business.
Yeah, I think she's pretty.
Yeah, I think she's a very pretty... She's got nice features, facial features.
Yeah. She doesn't have the best profile in the world, but like it seems like she's a polarizing figure. Like my mom was always like, people love her and I don't know why. And I'm like, she's pretty. Well, there's nothing wrong with she's a pretty girl.
Yeah.
I don't like any of the shit she did. I don't like Grease. I don't like any of her music. We're going to see how I feel about this one. Ooh, I don't like musicals.
I
don't
promise
like roller
you,
skates.
I promise you this will be your favorite Olivia Newton-John movie. I'm not saying that that's an achievement in anything.
No, because I don't have one right now.
You will like it better than Grease.
I'll like it better than Grease. That's not going to be very tough. This is Gene Kelly's final film appearance. The question I'm going to ask now for questions in the review, for at the end of the review, do you think that he would want to take it back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to ask that again after we watch the movie. Joe Mantegna got left on the cutting room floor. They cut Joe Mantegna.
No.
There's no Mantegna in this movie.
I had no idea he was even involved.
Yeah, Andy Gibb was originally the first choice for Sonny, the character that Michael Beck plays. He did not want to do it, I guess.
Wow.
Everybody else got involved.
Barry Gibb.
Andy Gibb.
Oh, Andy Gibb. I can see Andy turning it down. Why didn't they want Barry?
I don't know.
He's the sex machine.
I know. I thought Andy was the sexy one. He was the one that died in 88.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy was the one that everybody thought was the sexiest.
Oh.
I
Sorry.
think.
Sorry, Barry.
Barry's just still kicking. He's doing good. The filmmaking team used a strategy of trying to make shoddy or poor special effects to add an air of mysticism.
Mm-hmm.
It apparently didn't work, as everyone has, after the fact, said, man, these special effects look bad.
They look quite bad.
Well, that was intentional. That makes you... I just saw a poopy look on your face.
That makes me poopy.
Yeah. Olivia Newton-John was injured during one of the dance sequences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Broke a little bone in her foot or something like that.
Owie.
Yeah, it probably hurt.
Turf toe.
So this thing was kind of a snowball. It started... Like
by snowball, you mean
it rolling down a hill, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, I thought you meant that thing that they do in Japan on the internet.
You know what? I knew a guy who had that happen to him in the car.
Ugh.
Yuck.
That's icky.
Yeah. Yeah, no snowballs.
Don't Google what snowballing is.
Yeah,
don't
you
go
should.
to Urban Dictionary and
look up snowballs.
Snowballing.
That's like one of my rules. No snowballs.
It's on your Match.com dating profile.
No, there's like
no snowballs.
Those
Hi, I'm
breaking
Sam. No
points
snowballs.
in relationships where you're getting sexy and like the boundaries that people have. And I have in several points in my life just looked straight at someone and said, "No snowballs." That's where I'm drawing the line with this one. It's not going to happen.
The Boston Steamer. We'll talk about it. No snowballs.
No snowballs. Which really, if you're no snowballs, all the other weird stuff you can kind of imply the really heavy shit isn't going to happen either.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's my line that I just kind of draw for the ladies of Sam's life. No snowballs. So anyway, this thing started out, it was supposed to come out with Skatetown USA and Roller Boogie as just a roller skate movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then A-listers kept signing on, the budget kept getting bigger, and it just kept going and going and going until the budget had swelled to $10 million from an original 4. It ends up coming out the next year. It doesn't even come out at the same time. And it's one of the reasons the film, I guess, is so confusing I haven't seen it, is they just kept adding stuff without any without paying heed to the story at all. They just kept adding stuff.
So that Illustrator guy was just fucked.
Yes, he had to draw new stuff every day because they're like, we have the money for this now, add it. And that was all of the decisions were made because they could afford it now. So everything that they could afford got added, and then some guy had to try to fix it with words. There was one person who was able to contain the insanity, because when you really think about that, on all the things that could change, you know what didn't change? The roller skates.
Nope, it is a roller skating movie. So.
Yeah. The one guy was like, will someone think about the roller skates?
The foot
We
wheels.
can't lose the roller skates. And then afterwards, he probably watched it and was like, oh, fuck, what does it matter with the roller skates? This thing. The Xanadu Club cost $1 million. It's one set, $1 million.
I can see that. It's a very elaborate set. It's not the set from Waterworld by any means. But.
No. But yeah, that's what I've got on Xanadu.
Do you have any numbers on how much this made?
22 out against 20.
Oh, that's not bad. For a flop, for a quote-unquote flop.
Yeah, but so here's the deal. $20 million in 1980 is a lot of money.
Absolutely. They spent too much.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it made any money. I thought that it was like $2 million.
Like a Megaforce.
Yeah.
Cost 20, made back 1.
Yeah. It's also a Razzie nominee. It was nominated for 1981 or 1980s Razzie. It lost to Can't Stop the Music.
Which, oddly, because of the production schedule of this film, Olivia Newton-John was originally cast, was the choice to make that movie around. And because this thing went long and she wanted to keep doing it, she said she turned that down.
She pulled a Halle Berry.
I guess.
Maybe Halle Berry pulled a Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, Halle Berry pulled
for the role of
shitty Olivia Newton-John because it was like, oh, I'm not going to do Geely. I'll do a movie that's much, much worse.
Much shittier. Well, there you go. Tune in to Xanadu. It is not streaming at all. However, you can find it in just about any bargain bin.
You can, if you're Justin, you can borrow it from your sister.
Yeah, you can probably borrow from everybody's sister. Everybody. Or this is one of those iconic gay movies. Like
yes,
it's a huge following cult films for the BGLT community.
Yes, it is, and it just has a really big following.
It's like the Elizabeth Taylor,
exactly.
of movies for them.
Or was it Liza Minnelli?
I think Elizabeth Taylor's a bigger deal.
Yeah, I don't know what Liza Minnelli does.
She also
she beats up her husband.
That's what Liza Minnelli does?
Yeah, dude, I think she's beat up several husbands, and so that's why she keeps getting divorced, because she's ultra violent.
They were all dicks.
She's not much to look at.
No.
That's kind of like what, I guess you're just marrying the cash at that point?
Yeah.
Well, she likes to wear those one-piece leotard things.
Was she a dancer? I don't know shit about
dancer.
Liza Minnelli.
Yeah, she was a dancer.
Okay.
She's no Pia Zadora.
No.
Actually, Pia. Whatever. There's your show. Get to the chopper. Thank you for listening to Stinker Madness. If this is your first time, we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll come back to listen more. But now, we'd like to ask all of our listeners for a small favor. We aren't ranking as high as we'd like, and we need your help. Would you please take just a couple of minutes to rate and review us on your preferred listening platform, be it iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever else you can. It takes many hours each week to bring you this show, and just a couple seconds of your time is a huge help for us. And for those of you that have already done this, we say thank you. I didn't think that was going to be a funny line. That's one of the funniest shit I've ever written and well delivered.
Well, it's because I didn't read the last line. And I read 3/4 of it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. Then as I'm reading it, it hit me like, that's why the delivery was there, because I was like, oh, God damn it.